Today's video, oh man, we're going to be chit-chatting about this epic Hyperspin device, the Bartop, whatever. Man, this thing is freaking heavy. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. In today's video, we are going to be taking a close look at the Bartop. I've been cleaning up everything else because this thing has been sitting in the warehouse for a very long time, maybe around like 5+ years. However, I picked it up from Bartop Arcade. There was like some old stock yet laying around, and the reason why, because not only this thing came with a built-in Windows Hyperspin, but this thing can be a very fun project to put some lunchbox in and make it like a modern Bartop that plays everything. The marquee itself looks kind of boring, to be honest. It is cool, there's like this Tetris vibe going on, but there are a little bit of things that I need to fix. For example, this doesn't fit. You know, that's how it actually is with most of these Chinese, like say Bartops. There are like things you need to tweak and fix itself. At first noticing this in this warehouse, I was thinking there was an upright cabinet with a screen specially for the shmups. But however, looking at the screen, this thing is quite massive. I think it's around like 90 inches of fun. However, what's kind of cool, that it is a 4:3 aspect ratio monitor, so this is perfect for retro gaming. The overall aesthetics and the way how this thing looks is kind of nice. So what I understand of that this build was actually done by, let's say, somebody else, not like Bartop Arcade, let's be clear about that, but he doesn't sell those, let's say, Hypersync. The control panel has been made by the previous owner as it is. I don't know if he drilled some extra buttons, but normally we don't have these middle buttons. We have a lot of buttons, for example, over here for putting in credit, pause the game, and that has to do because of the Hyperspin, we're having all kinds of cool features. So what I wanted to do with the upcoming, let's say, modification, so we're going to be using the middle ones, not for going in and out the menu. For Hyperspin, I'm going to maybe make some quick load, quick save. So having a 6-button layout, that is more enough for most of the games that I'm going to be playing, including Windows indie games. The joystick quality is just great, and this is one of those, let's say, higher quality micro switch joysticks. Beautiful light up buttons. We do have like a very long travel, but has an amazing touch. The mechanism has been unlocked in the inside, so we can just open up the Bartop. So, oh, the cable already got loose over here for the light up feature. That's something I need to fix, and like many other things. So in here we're finding the Ultimark iPad controller. I think this is a very old one. This uses mini USB. So yeah, this thing is very old when it comes to that. It's a little bit of a cable spaghetti, so see if we can fix it in the future with the next part of going to be modifying. The joysticks can also be, let's say, switched out to a different overall performance. Here you can just see what kind of octet gate, so that's very convenient. And what you can do is like putting the Ultimark in, that switch automatically. But that's something maybe we can do in the future. For now, I think the buttons will do for the next build. It has an iPad controller, so that is just fine. But also noticed I still need to clean a little bit when it comes to the inside. Already cleaned the window and everything of the front glass, because that's absolutely great of this Bartop that it comes with real glass and not the plexi. The overall build quality of this cabinet is just amazing. However, there were a couple of things they didn't use. For example, over here, they didn't implement a fan. It's not a big deal, but if you're going to be putting in a full-size PC, you're going to be needing that. At the bottom part, we're finding the input for the power with a switch separately. And over here, we're having the volume knob, but what I understand of, they didn't even use that. We can just open up the cabinet itself. The mechanism for the door is great, so we're not going to be needing any luck. But the cable nightmare in here, oh boy, there's a lot of stuff going to be tweaking and changing out. You can see already from the PC that this thing is old. Yep, it's an HP, an Intel Core 2 Duo. Yep, we're not having been seeing these things for many years now. However, in here we're finding the monitor, and they're using the same kind of monitor when it comes to all kinds of, let's say, arcade builds. And in here we're finding the button. I think it's not even mapped or some kind, so maybe we can check out later on, but we can maybe use it too for like some future builds. So there is a lot of shenanigans going on over here. You're having all kinds of plugged in power, and you know, we're having another power supply for the marquee. We're having another freaking, like say, power box, and oh crap, there goes the PC. However, you know, that thing is not even stuck there. So, you know, look at this cable nightmare. Oh boy. This is not how you want to basically using this. The coil mechanism hasn't been, like say, implemented, or at least in the software itself. So there's not even a cable, so we need to fix it. If we want to use this, we can use this, but I would say maybe it's going to be more convenient if you're going to be using this with a Pandora's box. It even has the compartment for the coins if you're going to be putting in over here at this side. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, the PC is something we're going to be testing it out anyway to showcase what you can actually do with it, Hyperspin. And at the back we're finding, and I think it was like a 4 terabyte, quite massive disk for back in the time. However, it's a very nice build when it comes to, let's say, software part, but like the hardware part, this is a lot of stuff we're going to be tweaking. And yeah, we're going to be using a more powerful PC in the future, so we can play even indie games and using some Windows 10 or 11. The monitor is old school, only having DVI and VGA out, so we're going to be using the DVI for the upcoming builds. Yep, because that is more of the better signal, but of course the monitor I'm using in this thing is very old, like 12. I think it's 1280 by 768, or if saying it correctly when it comes to the resolution, so nothing fancy. But let's put everything back together with this cable nightmare thing going on. So I think at the bottom over here they put some, let's say, supports for putting this thing in place. But yeah, let's be honest, I think I'm going to be putting a tiny mini PC in the future builds, or just putting it in the door so we can just hang it, because those newer generation PCs are so much more powerful and smaller. But let's do a chit chat regarding the display. So already mentioned before, this is a very interesting situation where we're having a 4:3 aspect ratio monitor. So the overall quality, I was really surprised how good it actually is, simply because it's an old bar top and a very old display with only VGA and DVI. But let's take a close look into the software. What can we do with this ancient Hyperspin image? Okay, so when it comes to, let's say, the image itself, there is so much crazy stuff on there. Stuff that I personally never seen. The Sega Mark III of some kind. Yeah, I never seen the system itself. And so there are so many different, let's say, devices. It even comes with a light gun situation. I'm guessing this is just a basic image. We don't have any sensors set up, so we cannot use it. So with a dual core, let's say, processor in here, we do have the option to play all kinds of 64-bit or 32-bit systems like PlayStation. I do wonder if some of the systems have been upscaled, because I think that is not possible with an old PC like this. But here you can see the list goes on and on and on, even having some Atari, Jaguar and other crazy stuff. But let's say you want to get into, let's say, a certain system. So pressing the green button in the middle will give you the option to go into the playlist. So I do love the way how everything looks, but it's quite overwhelming. Also, when you're looking at all the animations, this is less, let's say, overkill, because it just changes out one single, let's say, picture. So that's not bad at all. But let's see and scroll. We have all kinds of weird stuff. PopCap games, you name it, some old school, even Android. So let's see what's in the Android part. See, and this is a little bit of a downside. This happens a lot. So yeah, this image is far by complete. So personally, I'm thinking about doing some, let's say, remapping, or at least like maybe doing completely different image and remove a lot of stuff, because I'm not going to be playing everything. I do love those collections, but there are other launchers out there that have the same kind of, let's say, launchers, and the question is, does it even boot up? But let's play a couple of games and let's see how far we can push this old PC. So start off with some basic Battletoad fighting games of MAME. Yeah, if you're going to be building a PC, I would not say you're going to be needing a PC build for actually playing these games, because we have all kinds of cool, like, plug-and-play solutions. Think about the Pandora's box that can play these games without any problem whatsoever. It's a fun addition. I do like this Battletoad MAME arcade game. I personally grew up with the NES versions, but the arcade versions are pretty awesome. Okay. Oh, getting my ass kicked over here. Let's kick him out of the screen. I love those animations. So it is kind of weird that we have this very strange resolution. I don't know why they made this decision for putting such a massive, freaking annoying bezel around it. That's completely ruined the overall gameplay experience. I was surprised how good the freaking joystick worked. That's a fact. Let's check it out. Whoa. Oh, minor hiccup there. But let's move on with some Mortal Kombat. Oh man, it's one of my favorite games to play. Still, part 1 is my favorite one, but I just love just to showcase some Mortal Kombat 2. And that's what I love about these machines. The machines are just capable of running all kinds of old school games on MAME without any problem. Oh crap, oh, see, and this happens too. What the heck is going on, you know? This is the reason why I need to rebuild the freaking image. But the emulation was quite good. Wow, we need to lower the volume for this. The overlay emulation seems to be working fine with the gameplay, but in the menu it was one hot mess. Man, oh man, what a noise, what a noise. So moving on with some old school Sonic the Hedgehog. Still trying to find my buttons. However, when it comes to this game, this is the MegaTek version. Fun fact is that back in the day, I grew up with this freaking MegaTek device. So where I wasn't a big fan of Sega Genesis, my dad was owning a company, having all of these arcade machines, and the MegaTek system was one of them. I had such a blast playing the same game in the arcade. Because so far I know there was no any enhancement when it comes to the graphical part. You're playing for time. You have like 15 seconds to run through the stages. It was kind of cool. And I can't even remember how many times I actually played this game. The MegaTek version is kind of interesting. You have 3 lives, but if even you're grabbing lives, you're not going to get them because you're just going to get 1,000 points and that's it. The audio quality is quite good on this, so the emulation on the PC is so much superior when it comes to the Pandora's box. Somehow, I don't know if other people have this, but when I'm going to be playing these arcade games, not only for like revisiting old times, I just love playing these games. They're so much fun, you know, it's not about the nostalgia and all. I just love the music, it's just a lot of fun. Where I do enjoy myself, new beat 'em ups, new games. Yeah, man, the old stuff. I keep on playing this on all kinds of devices. So I am kinda done with showcasing some gameplay, but the simple reason because this thing is absolutely one hot mess. No bad words for the previous owner, simple reason because I purchased this for a project. There are many cool things you can do with it, however, that may be fun for another video. I've been cleaning it, so that's ready. Only thing I'm going to be doing is tearing it down and upgrading it with a new PC and more capabilities. Thank you all for watching and it will be great to see you in the next video.